Hello Year 12s and welcome to the first video that I have created in over a month. Just like I promised, here is an explanation for task number 3. This is the sources analysis commentary, the first task of 3 that we're going to do for the topic all about the Middle East. So, as we looked at in class today, or yesterday when you watched this video, most of the evidence that we have a look at can be looked at from a number of different perspectives, and different groups of people will have different interpretations of the same events. So if we have a look at images from the time of Israel's establishment, we're going to see that Israelis are going to see the events very differently to the way that the Palestinians consider the events, and also the way that the British or the international community viewed the way that Israel was being established. So we're going to be exploring some primary sources that encourage you to look at the events of the establishment of Israel in 1948 from those 3 perspectives. So in this task you're going to select 4 images or documents that explore the creation of Israel in May 1948. These sources should be visually interesting or historically important, and for each of these sources that you find you're going to need to provide a long caption for the image from 3 different perspectives, from the Israeli, Palestinian and international point of view. So you have 4 images and then 3 captions for each of the images. That's 12 captions in total. Repeat, 12. Okay. Now the last thing that you're going to do for this task is to provide a long paragraph that contains a commentary which justifies your selection of the 4 sources. You're going to explain why you picked those sources, why you thought they were important, what you think their original purpose was, what sort of impact they might have had on people at the time when they were first seeing these images, and what they also reveal to us now as historians. The way that we've been looking at these sources, historians earlier on considered them in a slightly different way to historians nowadays. So even as we look at these sources over time, the way that people consider them does change. So you can choose any kind of primary source, photos, cartoons, diary entries, newspaper articles, etc. As long as it was created at the time of the establishment of Israel, it's perfectly acceptable. So make sure that you check in with me, check that those sources are going to be okay, and it should be fine. This task shouldn't take us too long, and so the draft due date is the 8th of June, and then a week later the final copy will be due on the 15th. These 12 captions plus the long paragraph shouldn't be any more than 800 words. That's going to be our maximum, and we'll have plenty of time to work on this task in class. Don't forget too that the list of websites that can start you off as a place to have a look for some of those primary documents is already on Sector. I'll attach it to Friday's lesson as well. So let's get to it. Let's get this task done. This one should be short, sharp and shiny for us, and while you're doing it I'll be drafting those historical studies.